When most people think of Baraka, they think of a savage brute, a snarling beast with blades for arms, known for his wild rage and brutal fatalities. But what if I told you there is a hidden tragedy behind that monstrous face? That beneath those razor-sharp teeth lies one of the saddest, most socially charged stories in Mortal Kombat 1. In this video, we are peeling back the blood-soaked layers of Baraka's transformation, the origins of the devastating Tarkat disease, and how NetherRealm Studios uses his story to deliver a powerful allegory about disease, exile, and discrimination. Strap in, this is not just a character breakdown, this is a tragedy. In Mortal Kombat 1, Liu Kang's rebooted timeline reshapes many characters, some drastically, and Baraka is one of the biggest surprises. Gon is the old dimensional warlord of the past. In this new timeline, Baraka is not born a Tarkatan, he becomes one. He was once a regular Outworlder, a man with a life, a place in society, until he was infected by Tarkat, a horrifying disease that mutilates its victims both physically and mentally. This version of Baraka is no longer a villain by nature. Instead, he is a victim of tragedy, a reluctant leader, and the face of a marginalized community that has been abandoned by their world. In Mortal Kombat 1, Tarkat is introduced as a contagious, incurable illness that causes severe physical mutations, the development of jagged teeth, facial disfigurement, bone-like blades emerging from the arms, and eventually loss of higher cognition. It is treated like a death sentence, not physically but socially. Victims of Tarkat are exiled to the Tarkatan colony, a shantytown wasteland cut off from the rest of the world. They are seen as monsters even though most are just scared, sick, and abandoned. Baraka, having suffered this fate himself, rises as a leader among the infected. He tries to instill dignity and order in a place filled with despair, even while grappling with his own transformation. This disease, then, is not just a mutation mechanic, it's a metaphor. Let's talk about the allegory. Tarkat and Baraka's entire arc in Mortal Kombat 1 is not just a fantasy sci-fi body horror. It parallels real-world themes: disease stigmatization, systematic neglect, and fear-driven segregation. NetherRealm doesn't name specific diseases, but the writing clearly echoes histories of real-world epidemics. HIV and AIDS in the 1980s and 1990s, where victims were demonized and quarantined, often left to die without help. Leprosy colonies, where the afflicted were shunned for their physical disfigurement. Even modern-day issues like how people with physical disabilities, mental illness, or rare conditions are still marginalized. Outworld's government, including Empress Sindel, enforces strict separation policies, isolating the Tarkatans not to cure them, but to erase them from society's conscience. There's little funding for treatment, no effort at reintegration. Sound familiar? Baraka represents the dehumanized outcast. His struggle is not just to survive Tarkat, but to preserve his identity, dignity, and humanity. Baraka's arc in Mortal Kombat 1 story mode flips everything we thought we knew. When Mileena, Sindel's daughter and secretly a Tarkat carrier herself, begins showing symptoms, Baraka protects her, not because he wants political leverage, but because he understands the pain of transformation. He gives her hope, shows her that being a Tarkatan doesn't mean becoming a monster. This act of compassion begins to shift the Outworld narrative. He's not just a victim anymore, he's an activist, a guide, and a voice. It is this deep emotional connection between Baraka and Mileena that drives one of the game's strongest subplots, and it makes you wonder, maybe Baraka's role in the new timeline isn't just about background violence. Maybe he's becoming a symbol of resistance. For decades, Baraka was treated as little more than a goon, a fodder boss, a claw-swinging freak. But Mortal Kombat 1 asks a bold question. What if Baraka was never the villain? What if he was always the victim of a system that treated him like a monster until he became one? By tying his identity to a misunderstood illness and showing his leadership in the face of oppression, Mortal Kombat 1 elevates Baraka from caricature to character. It redefines his legacy. He's not just that guy with the mouth and blades, he's a man who lost everything but still fights for those who have lost more. So next time you pick Baraka on the character select screen, remember, you are playing a survivor, a protector, a tragic hero in a world that wants him erased. So what do you think about Baraka's transformation in Mortal Kombat 1? Did NetherRealm do him justice, or is there more you wish they would explore about the Tarkat disease and its victims? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, hit the like button, subscribe for more lore heavy content, and don't forget to stay brutal but thoughtful. Bye bye for now.